And as mentioned, welcome to your SMX Insider post-race show. Jason Wygand and Ricky Carmichael to take you through the aftermath of the Budds Creek National. And we have more stories from the podium, so let's send it back trackside.
Well, Chase Sexton, I know that's not what you wanted, but what a ride. Made a little mistake, but man, you were closing the gap. And I talked about it on the show before the race. You looked so locked in for that moto. I know that first moto didn't set with you well, and you could just see the pace and intensity come out in that second moto.
Yeah, I felt like I was riding good all day. Just a lot of times on the ground. I think I fell 3 times first moto and 1 in that one. So I don't know. I felt a lot here last year. I don't know if I need to get a little bit better on this condition, but I felt super good on the bike today. I felt like I had good speed, and that second moto, I think that's a little bit of what's to come. I felt like I had really good lines and was really aggressive, and it seemed to work out for me. So bring some of that into next weekend, and we'll keep knocking on that door.
We'll see you at your home race next week.
Yeah, Sexton and Illinois, Redbud and Ironman are the 2 tracks local to where he grew up.
And if that ain't enough incentive to go win at your home race, I don't know what is. He could have another great shot, another opportunity.
Yeah.
To take the man that's perfect down.
The racing has gotten so much better in this 450 class as the season has gone on, with Sexton challenging Jet, and then these other battles in the pack, including this man, Justin Barsha.
Yeah, thank you very much, Jason. With Justin Barsha right now. And Justin, we were just chatting a bit before this interview got started. I thought you were going to take this one in the sense of just going, whoo, what I've been through, this is unbelievable. But I can tell you're kind of almost back there already. You still want more.
I'm proud of myself today. Yeah, it was after last week's return was very difficult today. I charged hard. Me and AP had a great battle. I love it. Racing with him, it's so much fun. I know it's going to be a good race. Can't thank the whole TLD Red Bull Gas team enough. They did a great job today. Method Wheels, mom, dad, family, friends, my boy Sonny, and the track was gnarly today. The boys rode good, and I'm proud to be back in this position because I thought it would take a lot longer. So I'll take it, and on to next weekend.
Little question before I let you go. Motocross of Nations, we know that you and AP are good buddies. We know that you're both being considered for the team. What would it mean to you? And are you in a position right now where you think you can get back race ready in time?
It's difficult, man. Obviously, USA, I bleed USA, so I love it for sure. I'd love to be on the team, but I don't know. I don't know if I'll be ready. But today was kind of gave the team some hope. So I'm just going to keep pushing hard, riding hard, and no worries either way.
If this is you not ready, good things to come, Justin, no doubt.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Congratulations.
Yeah, maybe that wasn't quite 100%, but it wasn't far off. I mean, he fought these guys all day, and with him and Anderson rejoining the series after missing the early rounds, like I said, the racing has gotten much better in this 450 class. There are the trophies as they're ready for the podium ceremony here at Budds Creek.
I like the trophies here, close to the nation's capital.
Yeah, you get the presidential seal on there.
Like, yeah, presidential seal. That's right.
That's good
it's
stuff.
Like a coin. You ever been coined by a senator or anyone like that?
I mean, I haven't had perfect seasons.
Elected official.
I haven't had perfect seasons. No keys to the city for me either.
Dude.
I don't get to drive the pace car in NASCAR.
I mean, come on.
Just get to soak it in, dude. I just get to soak it in. It's that movie.
It's exciting. Today was exciting in that 450 class. I will say I was hoping for a little bit more outside of the red flag. I was hoping for a little bit more out of the 250, but overall view, in my opinion, I like that. That was exciting, that 450 stuff today.
Yeah, it sets the scene because, look,
it does.
I mean, you know, you lived 2 perfect seasons. We didn't see that type of threat. Same thing when James Stewart did it in 2008. We didn't have a guy pushing within a second or two most weeks. But Sexton has been there. Now, he hasn't been able to do it, but he has definitely been putting some pressure on. So it's intriguing going into next week.
Well, it is, and that's why I said, man, if there isn't any more incentive to go win in front of your hometown, man, I don't know what is.
And Jason Anderson.
Yeah, look at that. I like what Anderson said on his podium too, Weege. I know it. Yeah, I mean, look at this guy. He's awesome. I mean, AP is just awesome, right?
So what do you see from Anderson there?
Yeah, I like what he said about, I just need to get a start. I feel like if he gets a start, he can ride up front.
I just want to did you see the grip on Plessinger's bike? I mean, he literally twisted that thing.
Grip, twisting Aaron Plessinger
in 30 minutes,
side grip.
Trashed those.
Yeah, that shows you how hard these guys are gripping, grip strength. There you go. Nothing better in the world than hoisting up that #1 trophy, even on the podium. You can see just how special it is to be on the podium. That's what I love about Supercross and motocross is, you know, get celebrated for outside of first, you know, second and third being on the podium. I remember just, you know, my first year in Supercross, I just wanted to be on the podium. I thought that was cool, you know.
And you get to do this, shake the champagne as well. This crowd's going to go crazy for that.
There you go.
Let's let it go. That's awesome, man. And again, that is very unique to motocross that the fans can get that close. You know, you see a lot of high-end motorsports, and they got giant podiums way up high. It looks grand and regal, but the fans don't get to get the champagne.
Said it on Race Day Live. I'll tell you what, these SMX racers are so accessible, and that's what's so cool and so real and raw about this sport is, you know, just how close and how accessible these athletes are.
This is a new thing this year where the race winners sign the podium backdrops, and then they will auction those backdrops off, or that backdrop off, which has all the race winners and all the autographs, a lot of Lawrence on there. And that money will go to Road to Recovery, which is the charitable foundation that helps injured riders that MX Sports and this series has selected for all their fundraising efforts. That's a really cool bonus here, especially if you had the perfect season. Somebody's going to bid a lot of money to get that one and hang it in the garage. Give you the highlights of the Budds Creek National 250 class here. Hayden Deegan definitely took a big hit in the points last week at Unadilla, but he at least wanted to come out and win races and maybe gain some ground on that man. The 96 of Hunter Lawrence as we come into Budds Creek, and Lawrence was only 10th fastest in qualifying, so not a good gate, not a good start for him. Deegan, a great start battling with Joe Shimoda earlier.
Deegan almost went down on the first start, believe it or not. He got pinched off and getting in there, getting as much as he could into that first corner.
Going after Joe Shimoda for the lead, and it's a power run around the outside.
Oh, yeah, he was using that momentum to his advantage. Going on the outside, that's key for these 250 displacement motorcycles.
And Deegan had pulled away until this. Halfway through the moto, a red flag due to a crash for Hardy Munoz out on the track. You rarely see red flags halfway through, and then Deegan tags the back of Tom Vial on the restart.
Yeah, that was, you hated to see that, and really Hayden just got a little excited, went in there, probably wanted to get up front like he was. The adrenaline was pumping, but a lesson learned.
And then Justin Cooper, he has to make up ground on Hunter Lawrence, punts him for second place.
Little elbow grease, and let me tell you right now, before everyone starts getting on Justin Cooper, that could have been a lot worse. I'd call that a nudge.
Okay, and now he actually passed Jalik Swoll for the lead. Swoll got him back. Now he finishes the job. Move into the #1 spot. Swoll has to hold off Lawrence, and Lawrence, a nice move here.
Hey, great pass by Hunter Lawrence, but what I want to say is great job by Jalik Swoll. He hung in there for a long time. It was great to see him running up front.
He finished the moto in third. There is a key moto win for Justin Cooper to claw back a few points on Hunter Lawrence. 19 the gap in the series between motos. After that moto win, we go to moto #2. Pierce Brown goes flipping off the start, and I wanted you to watch very carefully. Hunter Lawrence is, the lead is going to go to Austin Faulkner. There's Lawrence around the outside. He's got,
yeah, he's on the outside.
Yeah, Cooper on the inside, but Lawrence, watch, he's going to pass him right here, and that is so key. Here's the flip I mentioned for Brown.
Yeah, Pierce Brown hated to any kudos to, we talk about the horsepower of that Monster Energy Pro Circuit Kawasaki team, and they've been rolling. They've been getting some good starts, and that is a horsepower hour, if you will.
So it leaves Faulkner in the lead, but he doesn't triple up, and now Hunter's going to turn that second place into the lead.
Great reaction by Hunter Lawrence at second moto, because I got to tell you, Justin Cooper made him work for it that first moto, putting him in a position where he would have to perform. Great job by Austin Faulkner as well.
That is not fast forward. That's just how hard Justin Cooper hit that outside line to get Faulkner for second place, and you see Shimoda's right there as well.
And they're going to live to fight another day. Joe was behind his teammate, number 55, of Austin Faulkner, for a while, but Joe Shimoda's going to go around the outside. You know, Faulkner didn't put up much of a fight there, but overall, if you're Austin Faulkner, you have to be happy with the day.
and then Deegan starts putting on a chart, but here is mistake number 1.
Yeah, I wonder if you see how he sat down in the seat and he started looking to his left to accelerate out of the corner, and the bike just didn't accelerate it, wondering if he hit neutral. Now there, he was standing up, and as he entered that rut, he just pushed too much weight into that rut, too much trust into that rut, and it just didn't have the strength to hold it.
Cooper uncorked his best lap of the race, best lap of anyone on the last lap in a last-ditch effort to get to Hunter Lawrence. Too little, too late. That is key. 2-1 for the overall for Hunter. That is his 7th win of the year, and he neutralizes points on the day for Justin Cooper, and he will take it because that gives him a 22-point gap. It's pretty sizable going into a season finale, which comes up next week in Indiana. And there is Shimoda up on the podium as well. Good to see 3 different manufacturers up there. This class has been awesome to watch all year. And it's still coming down to Lawrence versus Cooper, which is what we've seen many years in this division. They battled a lot.
Live to fight another day for Justin Cooper. Hey, doing everything that he could do, especially that first moto on the second restart. And that's all you can ask for the man, and just hope for a little bit of luck next week.
Yep, and Faulkner, 4th overall. That is great.
Yeah, great job.
Back from injury only about a month ago. Here are your Geico Motorcycle standings. As mentioned, the 22-point lead for Lawrence holds with 1 race to go, and Shimoda mathematically still in the championship, 48 points down. He would need to win both motos and hope that Lawrence and Cooper both do not finish any races next week. So it's a long shot, but he's still in it. Deegan and everyone else have now been mathematically eliminated. Show you the combined point standings, Supercross and Motocross together. Lawrence, no surprise, out front because he won a Supercross title earlier this year as well, the Monster Energy 250 East Championship. And Deegan is 2nd ranked in points because he was 2nd in that Supercross series as well, and has been pretty strong outdoors. Kitchen has a shot now to maybe take 3rd for the year.
Hey, I'm going to tell you, that's 2nd through 4th. That in 5th, Joe just sitting there closely behind, too. That's a good one.
All right, remember SuperMotocross.com for more on the playoffs, which start September 9th in Charlotte. So that's it for our 250 highlights and our point standings. Very interesting, though. We thought we were going to see some fireworks. That red flag really changed the game for Deegan. Like we said, he's mathematically eliminated. It's probably going to come down to Cooper versus Lawrence next week. That's the 250s. And we'll show you the 450 class highlights from Budds Creek. Some camaraderie here between the battling teammates.
That's right, camaraderie, like you said, between the 2 teammates. Great to see that. You know, at the end of the day, I think they have mutual respect, and that's cool to see.
Chase Sexton and Hunter Lawrence. What we don't see here is Lawrence up front. First time this year he's really been buried. Adam Cianciarulo with a good start.
No surprise, though, to see Adam Cianciarulo up front. Been a great starter his whole career, and I love seeing it. I think he's showed a lot. And then you go first lap right there. Sexton, he goes to cut back across that inside rut. And when he does that, the inside rut grabs his front wheel and pulls him down, and then he overjumps there. He lands into the soft dirt where some of the soft dirt was pushed off to the side. He almost falls, but he remounts, gets back on the track, and really that's all we would hear from him from Moto 1.
Yeah, he finished 9th. So much battling here. Cianciarulo was going at it, trying to hold on to 2nd. Plessinger takes it away on the number 7.
And these races are hard for me to call because these guys are so close. This is where we all wanted to see what Jet could do.
Yep.
Come from behind. We finally got our wish, and he made it happen. And not that I didn't think that he would. I shouldn't speak for you, but I'm sure.
No, I didn't think it'd be a problem.
Yeah,
it actually took longer than I thought.
But it was cool. What I really enjoyed, and I hope the viewers at home watching today, I hope they enjoyed to watch what Jet was able to do and watch the other racers that he hasn't really been able to race against, race with him and how they would react. It was a lot of fun for me. I learned a lot from all of these riders and Jet. But
the last one right here, Plessinger for the lead. Tires were sliding, didn't even take the rut.
Going for it. I mean, just absolutely going for it. Confidence.
And there is the come from behind moto win. He was on the ropes a little bit at High Point earlier in the year with Roxon and a couple other riders. Cianciarulo had a good run that day, but that was the real come from behind. He was not coming from behind in Moto 2.
Hey, I'm going to tell you all right now, you know how hard it is to get a bike length start against the best guys in the world riding dirt bikes? Really hard. And that was a perfect start.
Barsha shoots up the inside to take 2nd away from Cianciarulo, but Chase Sexton was much better this time. Here he is around Barsha for the number 2 position.
Yeah, we didn't get an opportunity to hear just how Chase Sexton would end up falling down, but man, did he reel in the gap really fast. I mean, listen, all season long, we know that he has the speed. don't know why I like we talk about it all the time. It's like it's a surprise or something, but the dude is fast.
And he goes down while challenging Jet for the lead. We thought it was over. Stay tuned. Spoiler alert. It's not. Meanwhile, behind him, unbelievable duel between Barcia and Plessinger.
This was a real fun battle to watch, Weege. I had a fun time calling this race with you. It's like they were just waiting. I felt like AP rode this race very, very smart and strategic. And what I mean by that, he waited. I think he knew in the back of his mind that JB probably didn't have the gas to go the full way.
And look at this, last lap. Lawrence had a few problems, and Sexton gets close.
Yeah, if you listen to the post-race interview, Jetson got caught up, I think maybe a red cross flag or couldn't trip or what have you. And man, that allowed Chase Sexton to close the gap, and I thought Sexton was going to get him.
This is it, final turns. Both riders in the same shot, but the perfect season stays alive. Jet Lawrence, 20-0 in his debut season on a 450 with one race to go. There's that mutual respect we saw at the beginning of the day. Again without the podium, and Plessinger ends up second overall. Anderson in third. Sexton with that bad first moto still ends up fourth with the second in moto number 2. Barcia fifth overall, but he rode better than that all day. He was in contention for the podium. Not bad for a rider.
Look how tight those points were right there with like Sexton, Barcia. I mean, that's close.
That kind of indicates what this race was like today.
It was. We talked about it off air, Lamb. This 450, this 450 class is interesting today. I loved it.
Yep. Lawrence already has the title sewn up. He did that last week. The gap over Ferrandis, who has not clinched second in the standings, but it would be very difficult for Plessinger to take it away from him. Ferrandis was sick today and then crashed in the first turn of Moto 2, so that held him back in the results. Cianciarulo and Sexton top 5 in points. Sexton has missed a couple races this year, but it's not over after our season finale for motocross next weekend. For the first time ever, the SuperMotocross World Championship, fueled by Monster Energy. We're going to race in Charlotte, Chicago, and Los Angeles on September 9th, 16th, and 23rd, respectively. Let's show you the standings there. Sexton as your Monster Energy Supercross champ and rapidly rising back in the points of motocross. He has the most combined points this year. Plessinger and Cianciarulo are top 3. Lawrence is only 4th because he did not race a 450 in Supercross. But shout out to Cianciarulo, man. The goal all year has just been get in laps, get in races. He has done it. 3rd in combined points means a lot for a rider who's trying to rebuild himself after barely racing at all in 2022. So those are your standings. We welcome you back in the booth here. Jason Wygant and the greatest of all time, Ricky Carmichael. Let's talk 250 class first. We expected some drama, some fireworks. I got to say, Hunter Lawrence did a pretty good job of trying to extinguish as much of the drama as he could. Yeah, both of actually, Hunter Lawrence did great, and Justin Cooper did great. They both rode, they can't get much better, honestly. They did what they had to do. They both were trying as hard as they could, I believe. I think the notables out of the 250 today, I think Austin Faulkner did really well. So I expect, because he has the ability to do it and he's had success, and he was a firecracker back in the day, no doubt. And I just feel he is one of those guys, once he gets that feeling back again and running up front, that I expect some more out of him next week. But Justin Cooper is going to need some luck next week. He's going to need some luck, and it's going to be tough to do. Only thing he can do is try to get the best starts that he can, win both motos, and whatever happens from behind there is just going to happen. Now, here's what's crazy. If Hunter Lawrence does win the 250 championship next week, it will be the first time in history that one team, one brand, has won all 5 major titles in one year. They swept all 3 Monster Energy Supercross titles. The Lawrence brothers and Honda trying to win both motocross titles. Let's get an update on Team Honda from Will Christian.
Thank you, Jason. Ricky, yes, just over at the hauler now. Obviously, lots of celebrating going with another successful day. And oh my goodness, to be part of Honda HRC right now, you would be flying high for all those reasons, Weege, that you just said. And when I was talking to the team earlier on today, they threw another one in that I didn't even really think about. The fact that they've done the 450 titles, they've won those 450 titles with 2 different riders. And when you think about it, it's like, well, how's that relevant? Well, that speaks volumes to the bike. So to the team, to have their bike go out there, but with 2 different athletes on it, and take those titles to combine with these 5 overalls, which is looking like the way it's going to go, it's massive. Not only has it not been done before, but it's been done with that extra little twist in there too. And then you look at the situation where we've got Chase Sexton chasing down Jet there today. Well, that's a win-win too, because yes, if you're Jet, you want to go undefeated, but if you're Honda again, well, put Chase in the mix, and as a team, as a manufacturer, you're still undefeated. So right now, to suggest that these guys are in a good mood or in a good place is a massive understatement, because right now it's all going their way.
Yeah, no doubt, Will, but that's the way the sport works, man. They were trying so hard for so long and just couldn't get it to work, and now everything's going their way.
That's right, and we did. You talk about the 450s, and just that team deserves the results that they're getting. They have a lot of great guys behind the scenes, unsung heroes, if you will. So I'm happy to see that those guys are getting the success. I'm happy to see the wins and the accolades that they are accumulating this year, because they have worked hard and they've been in a long dry spell, and they deserve everything they're getting right now.
You were not heartbroken when the curse of the goat went away?
Honestly, I got tired of talking about it. I was talking to some people today. I'm like, I'm so glad it's over. I get tired of just hearing it all the time.
You're very diplomatic. The perfect season thing. You're okay with Jet joining you if he gets that done too?
Listen, I know people saying, oh, yeah, right. You don't think about I love seeing greatness happen. I love seeing records being broken. And more importantly, I respect and love seeing what they are able to do. I respect the talent.
And what Lawrence has done is, except for you and our other broadcast colleague, James Stewart, has the longest moto streak in the history of the sport now with 20. And you've been consistent all the way back in Supercross. Remember when Eli Tomac was climbing the all-time ranks? You and Stu were pumped on it.
I'm happy with what. Listen, I'm happy with what I've accomplished. I have no reason to be upset or no reason to not want to see someone beat my records. I don't care. I'm happy with it. I couldn't have done any better when I was racing. I tried my hardest. I'm happy, and I'm happy to watch other people have success.
Okay. Well, there's a lot of success for Jet Lawrence. There's no doubt about it. Let's send it back down to Jason Thomas.
Well, just like Will Christian said, the good vibes are happening over at Red Bull KTM as well, because Aaron Plessinger got second overall today, and in this class right now, getting second is like a win because Jet Lawrence is on another planet. But for AP, you could really start to see this coming. That second moto at Washougal, out of nowhere, he led some laps. Unadilla was a little bit rough, but then they made a setting change this week, and AP felt a lot more comfortable. And anytime AP is near the podium, you can almost hear the crowd rooting him on, and that podium scene was wild. I got to talk to AP before and after his interview, and you can just see the relief. He just signed a brand new Red Bull KTM contract, and that team is moving forward all together now.
Yeah, that's good for him. And remember, looking at maybe second, third overall combined points this year when you take Supercross and Motocross together, that's a good season for AP. Here's your 100% upcoming race schedule. Watch our Pro Motocross finale, Race Day Live, presented by motorsport.com at 10 a.m. Eastern. That's 1 hour of qualifying coverage. Everything on Peacock or the Super Motocross Video Pass. If you live outside the United States next week. And our motos start at 1 o'clock Eastern. Well, pretty exciting racing today at Budds Creek. The table is set. Hunter Lawrence looking to complete Honda's sweep and a Lawrence Brothers sweep next week. And Jet Lawrence looking at perfection. But you can see Chase Sexton not going to give up on it as we go to Indiana. We'll see you there, Ironman Raceway. Maybe in person. Come on out, an hour west of Indianapolis. Thanks for watching the SMX Insider post-race show. See you next Saturday.